I've decided it's about time to close the company.
I see. It was a hot summer day when my father told me that. It was just an ordinary day after returning from my mother's grave. My name is Daiki Washio. Since graduating from university, I've been helping my father run his small business. I'm 30 and still single. What I did was essentially sales, promoting the measurement system that my control systems engineer father developed. My father, a craftsman at heart, didn't enjoy dealing with other companies, so I acted as the intermediary. I'm no engineer. My younger brother Taiga was responsible for it. I don't have the technical skills that my father and Taiga have. That's just the way it is. My younger brother left home a few years ago after a fight with my father. All the other employees at the company were men of my father's generation. They're all retiring this year.
You need to walk your own path, just like Taiga did. You don't need to walk the rails I've laid out for you.
With his back still turned, my father said this, his words making it clear I wasn't expected to follow him.
I'll keep the company running until the end of the year, but you should start looking for your next path. Got it?
I didn't have the courage to grab him by the shoulder and turn him around. Instead, I smiled as usual and said, "Yeah, I understand, Dad. Still, what am I gonna do?" I told him I'd help until the company was closed, but my father didn't allow it. The sun was blazing in late August. There were about 6 months left until the company shut down for good. Suddenly unemployed, huh? This is gonna be rough. All I could do was laugh at my current situation. Unwanted memories started to resurface.
Work at your family's company? What's the point of going to university then?
I used to love how she talked about her dreams. But when did she start to change? That's not true. I learned a lot, made friends.
You're such a fool. Results are all that matter. No matter how much you study, if you don't end up with a good job, it's pointless. Ugh, what a disappointment. A small company like that will fail in no time. We should break up.
That bitter memory from university. Her words still weigh heavily on me even now. If Taiga had stayed, maybe Dad wouldn't be shutting down the company. I can't help but think things would have been different if it were Taiga who stayed. Before I knew it, my feet were leading me to a certain place. "Welcome, please have a seat." A week later, I started working at the cafe I used to frequent. That day, I ended up at this place. I've been coming here for a few years, and it was my favorite spot. Takeru, the owner, knew my situation and kindly offered me a job. Takeru may be a bit blunt, but he's thorough in teaching me and has always been someone I could rely on. I've always loved cooking, so working in the kitchen while being able to learn from him was a joy.
Wait, no way. Is that Daiki?
You are... The customer who came in that day was Hanako Akua, my ex-girlfriend from university whom I had just recently been thinking about.
Hanako, you know him?
Yeah. We were classmates in university.
It seems she doesn't want it to be known that I'm her ex. Well, I don't exactly feel like bringing it up either.
What are you doing here? You said you were working at your family's company, right?
Yeah, well, things have changed, so now I'm here for some life experience.
No way, really? A 30-year-old part-timer?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. But I'm having a good time. This place is great, and the boss is...
Really? At your age, you can't afford to say you're having fun.
She laughs at my current situation, as if to say her predictions from back then were spot on.
Yeah, I guess breaking up with you was the right choice after all. It was obvious you'd end up struggling.
I had no words to respond as she whispered those things only I could hear.
My current boyfriend works at a major company. He brought me to this place because it's run by a friend of his. And don't you dare say anything unnecessary.
Oh, don't worry, Akujo-san. With a smile, unbothered. I won't tell anyone that you're just using someone for their status.
What are you talking about?
So that's what's going through your mind, Hanako? You're even disrespecting him. I don't think I could ever like someone like you.
No! Makoto! This guy's just making things up.
I don't think so. Sorry about her, she's been rude.
Apparently, Makoto Tora, her current boyfriend, is an old friend of Takeru's.
She kept insisting on going out with me, so I went once. Seems like my instincts were right. Sorry, Takeru, but I'm heading out. Come on, Akujo, let's go. This is the last time we meet.
What? Wait, Makoto, no! You've wrong?
Takeru, you're laughing too much. The boss shakes with laughter, and I can't help but join in, laughing along with him. One morning before opening, while cleaning in front of the cafe, I heard a cheerful voice as a small truck stopped in front of me.
Takeru-san! I brought the veggies. Oh wait, are you the new guy? Nice to meet you.
I had been told by Takeru-san that the vegetable producer for the cafe would be coming today. Hello, I'm Daiki Washio. I've been working here for a few weeks now. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I'm Hikari Hino from Manmaru Farm, 28 years old. I supply Takeru's cafe with vegetables.
Wow, she's as bright as the sun. Thank you. The boss isn't here at the moment, so I'll help you out instead.
Thanks. I'll just bring this in. Oop! Whoa!
Are you alright?
Sorry about that. The boxes are a bit heavier than usual today.
It seems she lost her balance while trying to lift the box of summer vegetables from the truck. Wow, these veggies look amazing. I really want to cook something.
It's okay. You can let go now.
Oh right, sorry about that. I helped carry the heavier boxes, and we brought them into the store. Takeru had told me before that most of the vegetables used here were directly sourced from local farmers.
Thanks for your help. So these tomatoes and eggplants are for my farm. And these green onions are from Toriyama's farm. We take turns delivering the veggies. Takeru sometimes picks them up himself too. He's really a lifesaver for farmers like us.
I see. That explains why the boss said he's particular about ingredients. These tomatoes might be imperfect by standards, but the bumpier the tomato, the tastier it is, right?
Yes, exactly. You really know your stuff, Daiki-kun.
I love tomatoes. I used to eat them cold, straight from the fridge. I've always liked vegetables, actually. When I was a kid, the grocer taught me all sort of things about them. It was a childhood memory I had long forgotten, but seeing Hikari's vegetables brought it all back. These tomatoes look amazing, Hino-san.
Thanks. It's no big deal.
Wait, Hino-san? You've turned bright red and blended into the tomatoes.
What are you two doing?
Takeru returns and finds us in that situation, shaking his head in exasperation. Ever since then, I've been looking forward to Hino-san's visit to the cafe.
Daiki, hello. I brought the best veggies today.
Thanks, Hikari. Leaving my father's company had made me feel anxious and disappointed in myself. But after starting to work here and meeting Hino-san, I gradually regained my energy. One day, after work, I invited my younger brother Taiga out for drinks at an izakaya. I told him that Dad was planning to close the company at the end of the year, and that I had already quit.
I can't believe Dad's really closing the company.
Well, he's getting on in years. It was inevitable. There's no way I could have taken over, no matter how hard I tried.
I'm sorry, big bro. It's my fault for leaving.
Idiot, don't worry about it. I knew Taiga would feel guilty about it, so I laughed and playfully knocked him on his head. Sure, there were times when I thought I'd be better off if I had your talent, but you know what? I remembered something, back when we were kids, when Mom was still around. I love cooking and vegetables, so I've decided I'm going to follow my own path. Of course, I'll still keep an eye on Dad, so don't worry about that.
Big bro, you really are amazing. Sorry, and thanks.
My younger brother, who had been estranged from our father for years, said those words to me with a look of remorse. What are you talking about? We're brothers, after all. You just started your new job at Imamura, right? Let's both give it our best. I resolved to keep watching over my brother and my father, hoping for their happiness as they moved toward their future. Time flew by, and before I knew it, it was November. I had quit working at Takeru's cafe and started my own business in a rural town. Tomorrow is opening day.
Daiki, I'll leave the veggies here. I've brought some delicious pumpkins and sweet potatoes.
Thanks, Hikari. Now, Hikari and I were officially dating, and we spent a lot of time together both personally and professionally. Incidentally, I opened my cafe in an old vacant house next to Manmaru Farm, which belongs to Hikari's family.
I've been talking to Takeru-san about this for a while. He said if I found someone good, I should introduce them. And then I met you. Thanks to you coming to Manmaru Farm, my dream has finally come true. Thank you so much.
Hikari had been planning to expand her farm's business and invited me to join her. As a result, we created a farm cafe where people could enjoy the vegetables grown in Mamoru Farm. I should be the one thanking you. I never thought I'd have my own cafe.
Renovating the place in advance turned out to be the right decision. I'm so glad it worked out.
Her sunny, carefree attitude is one of the things that drew me to her.
Not only do you have a deep knowledge of vegetables, but with your cooking skills, which even Takeru-san praises, I'm sure you'll do just fine.
I had been mocked endlessly by Akujo-san, but now, thanks to Hikari, I finally felt like I was on the right path.
Daiki,
Dad? You came?
I heard you were opening tomorrow, so I came to see how things were going.
My father was supposed to be busy wrapping up the company's final affairs, yet here he was. I felt a mix of guilt and joy at his presence.
It's a good place.
He glanced around the cafe with a gentle expression, and I sat silently, waiting for him to speak.
You always loved cooking with your mother. Every time we went to the grocer, your mother would smile, watching you look at the vegetables with such curiosity.
Mom, I want to help too. What are we making today?
Well, how about we make your favorite dish today? But don't tell Taiga, okay? Thank you for always helping.
Father and brother crafting things together, while I always loved cooking with Mom. That memory came back to me a few months ago. It was when I started working at Takeru's cafe and saw Hikari's vegetables. Mom, I want to share the food you taught me to cook with as many people as I can. I want everyone to know how delicious vegetables can be.
That's a wonderful dream, Daiki. I'll always support you no matter what.
Dad, you were watching over me all this time.
I always thought you were giving up on me, pushing me away. I thought you believed I was sacrificing my own dreams just to help the company. Isn't that true?
I finally understood why my father had suddenly told me to quit the company. I thought I wasn't good enough, and that's why you pushed me away.
That's not true. I couldn't have done it without you. You helped me in ways neither I nor Taiga ever could. You've always had a talent for connecting with people, something you got from your mother. Daiki, thank you for holding our family together all this time.
Dad, my father's words stirred something deep inside me, knowing that he had always been watching, that he had been gently pushing me toward my own path. I couldn't hold back my emotions.
Hi, Daiki Washio.
You're Akujo-san's. The two guests who showed up were Takeru and Toronto Makoto, carrying flowers to celebrate the cafe's opening.
Haha, I guess that's the image that stuck with you, huh? But we've actually met once before on a job. By the way, it ended with her right after that.
Apparently, Makoto had broken up with Akujo after she mocked me. That was the final straw.
It was when your father had developed a new measurement system. I really wanted to secure a deal, so I came to your company to negotiate.
Really? I'm sorry, I don't remember.
It was when I was a rookie, so it's been several years. It's no wonder you don't recall. But I remember you clearly, because it was you who convinced your father to close the deal with us. Thanks to you, I landed a big contract and made it to where I am today. Thank you again, Washio-san. I'll be cheering you on with Takeru from now on.
I had only been trying to support my father's company, blindly doing whatever I could. But now I realized how many people I had connected with, and how much trust I had built.
I'm here for you too, Daiki.
Whoa, Hikari! Hikari clung to me, pounding for a moment before breaking into her usual radiant smile.
Knowing how much love you've given to everyone, Daiki, makes me so happy. You'll definitely receive even more love and happiness in return. I'm sure of it.
Hikari, thank you. Several months later, in January after the new year, Hanako Akua was walking through a snow-covered street, heading to a university reunion.
Tora-san! I've been calling you so many times since then, but is he really blocking my number?
Ever since being dumped by Tora after their first date, she had been desperately trying to get back in touch with him.
Ugh! This is all Daiki's fault for saying those unnecessary things. Maybe it's time to give up. I hope I can meet someone promising at this reunion. Daiki-kun, is it true you're running a cafe now? Manmaru Farm is so popular for its fresh produce. I'd love to visit and enjoy nature there sometime.
Thanks, everyone. There's a lot of snow right now, so it's better to come when it melts.
Wait, a cafe? Daiki runs a cafe? I thought he was just a part-timer.
Late to the reunion, Hanako Akua spots Daiki at the center of attention and widens her eyes in shock.
So, he really is running a cafe. Daiki!
Hanako, it's been a while.
Oh, come on. You can call me Hanako like you used to.
For some reason, she starts talking to me as if we were still close.
I heard you opened a cafe after all. That's amazing. I remember you once said you were going to work for your family's small business. I thought that was pretty pathetic. But I guess I was wrong. Running a cafe is so trendy and cool.
When exactly did she become like this? No matter how much I thought back, I couldn't figure it out. You once told me that results are everything. So now that I've become a cafe owner, it's fine, right?
That's not what I meant. Hey, why don't we give it another try? No more teasing, okay?
Sorry, but that's not going to happen.
What?
I'm not here to deny that results matter. That's a valid way to think. But I don't like someone who insults others and calls them pathetic for choosing a different path. Besides, I'm already with someone I care deeply about, and I'm thinking of marrying, so sorry. Hanako trembles even more as Daiki speaks bluntly. Her classmates' gazes feel piercing.
You know, I've heard about women like her who completely change their tune. Seeing it in person is just, wow. Yeah, I'm going to make sure I never act like that. No, this isn't what it looks like. There are more people than you think who help out at their family's business, Hanako. You must be out of touch. Exactly. I help my grandma with her store, and my brother works for my dad's company too.
Surrounded by a group of women criticizing her, Hanako looks around desperately. The men she might have had her eye on all seem uninterested.
Hey, wait. Daiki, I'm sorry for saying those terrible things.
Hanako, still the center of cold stares at the reunion, left after the first round and started following me home. How far are you going to follow me? This is getting annoying.
Please listen to me. I realized something. You're so dependable and hardworking. That's why.
You're just desperate because Tora dumped you and none of the other guys worked out, right?
That's... Daiki!
Hikari? What are you doing out in this cold?
I knew you'd be coming home around this time, so I waited for you. And I was right.
Hikari's tone drops as she locks eyes with Hanako, her gaze sharp and unyielding.
So you're Hanako Akua. I've heard a lot about you from Daiki, Takeru, and even Tora. Daiki is someone who always thinks of others and takes care of the people around him. If you keep bothering him and hurting him, I won't let it slide.
Hikari stands firm, facing off against Hanako, while I can't help but laugh at the scene. Haha, I really can't beat you, Hikari.
Daiki? Why are you laughing?
I just thought you're adorable, that's all. Thanks, Hikari. Don't worry, I only have eyes for you. As I say this, Hikari turns bright red, as if the snow around her is melting.
What's with the flirting in front of people? Cut it out. Ah! What was that? So cold!
Just as Hanako was about to lash out, she was hit by a snowball. I turned to see...
Daiki? Hikari? Leave this to me.
Serena, a well-known figure in the town, and a fellow farmer who often works with Mamoru Farm, appears with a large shovel in hand.
What are you doing? This is freezing! Stop it! Oops. Sorry. It's just that in this town, we all work together to shovel snow. It's a tradition. I wouldn't want someone like you in the soil here. You'd ruin the quality.
Muttering something under her breath, Serena slowly piles snow over Hanako as part of her shoveling.
Daiki, go on ahead. I'll help Serena finish up here.
Please, don't let this turn into a police matter, okay? Afterward, Hanako Akua was turned into a snowman by Hikari and Serena.
Ugh! When will this snow melt?
Whenever the snow starts to melt, the children bring more to repair it, so it seems like she's stuck for a while.
Wait, Hanako? What are you doing here?
Makoto! Thank goodness! Please help!
Hey, Takeru, don't laugh, that's rude. Haha. But still, it's a good thing I didn't choose you.
Apparently, seeing Hanako in that state broke her spirit. Not long after, as spring approached, she disappeared along with the melting snow, becoming a funny story in the town for a while.
Here's our special tomato soup. It'll warm you up.
It's made with tomatoes grown with love by my lovely wife, so it'll warm you up even more.
Aww, Daiki.
For so long, I have been putting others before myself. But now, I find myself surrounded by so much love and happiness, it's almost overwhelming. Maybe it's a truth of the world. Give love, and it'll eventually come back to you.